Hi, replay viewers. I missed you last week. It's Amanda. Hi, Keisha. How are you? And Courtney. Okay, so this is part 3 of mini lessons step by step. Thanks for joining. Hi, Chantel. Hello, everyone. It's really nice here in the Bay Area. I teach 6th grade writing and reading and history. And I'm so glad you all are here because I have some really awesome stuff to share with you. And actually, I'm just going to share it right now. Hi, Marina, because I know that some people have a limited amount of time. So I thought, I'm just going to give you the good stuff in the very, very beginning. Okay, 5th grade. Awesome. I love 5th grade. Hi, Little Bird Teach. Okay, and Rhonda and Miss Duffy's Dream. And if you put your name in your comment, I'd love to call you by name and get to know you all. Okay, so yeah, who knew you could break just the mini lesson down into pages and pages on a blog? My blog is amandarightnow.com. Hi, Tess, and Sherry, and I wrote so much. Okay, so here are the steps. First of all, here's the good stuff. Okay, are you all familiar with mini lessons? Step 1, transitioning to the meeting area. Thanks for inviting followers. I wrote in detail about how to do that successfully and that it's not necessary to make them come silently. Let them chat on the way to the meeting area. If you don't have enough space for your meeting area, pull in some chairs, let the kids sit on desks. I mean, be inventive. Step 2, connecting with students, so important. Your hook. You want to state your hook. You want to use analogies. You want to use your kids' names in their writing. You want to use your experiences and talk about when you were a kid. Kids love hearing stories about when you were a kid. Oh my gosh, don't they love it? They always want me to tell them stories. And then this is the boring part, because you want to get the hook going first, and then the boring part, the teaching point. And the teaching point is really a very, very concise sentence about what they are going to learn during your mini lesson. Straight to the point. What are they going to learn? And I give you lots of examples in that post. And then I talked about modeling the skill and how to do that using mentor text. And I have a really cool website for you that I just discovered today. It's called K through 12 Thoughtful Writing. K through 12 Thoughtful Writing. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Have you ever heard of the Right Source? The Right Source authors? Thoughtful Learning. I'm going to the website right now. Let's see. I was going to have this ready for you all, but I forgot because I was distracted by my friend, the whimsical teacher, and her Periscope that she just did earlier. So here's the website. It's called Thoughtful Learning, and it has so many resources. So it has books. It has units. Thank you, Rhonda, for putting that in. It has mini lesson ideas, student models. I love the student models. So thoughtfullearning.com, K through 12, thoughtfullearning.com. And so I'm going to click student models because lots of, when you're doing your mini lessons, you want to have lots and lots of examples of the kinds of writing your students are doing. So look at this. They have grade 1 through 12, and we actually use 6th grade examples. We used this one today, and for my hook, I said, "You all are cheaters." And my kids were just like, "What? What are you talking about, Miss Werner?" And so I took this and I actually, so here it is. I copied and pasted it into Google Classroom and I actually changed it a little bit. You can do that, right? Teacher's license. Cite again. Thank you, Marina, for asking. Let's see. Let me get it not blurry for you. Sorry, sometimes I don't know why. K12.thoughtfullearning.com. K12.thoughtfullearning.com. I'm holding it for you, taking screenshots. Share this if you think it's useful to people. Really great website. Another one that I found is called Tween Tribune. Tween Tribune has a bunch of awesome articles for kids to read that are at different Lexile levels. So, of course, they have a pop-up, K4, and then the kids can like go to this website and pick their Lexile level. Isn't that cool? Tween Tribune. Yes, Roxy knows about this already. I just discovered these two websites recently, so I thought I would share them with you. Okay, let's get back on topic here. So modeling the skill, very important to use mentor texts. Okay, and then today I want to talk to you about guided practice. So you've taught your students the skill, and the next part is like allowing your students practice time, watching CNN news. Ooh, that's a good idea too. Okay, so let's see. Practicing. So do you assign partners or do you not assign partners? There's drawbacks, there's advantages and disadvantages to assigning partners. Currently, I mean, I've done both. I've assigned partners when kids practice the skill. You know, I'll say, turn and talk to your partner, try out. Like, for example, today I was teaching argumentative writing and the structure of argumentative writing. And so I used an article and I identified the claim. And so I gave them another article and then they had to try and identify the claim in the introduction. And so that's what they were practicing. And so, they had to turn and talk to their partner real quick. And I do this a lot. Like, actually, I do this throughout the mini lesson. Like if there's a skill I'm teaching and I'll say, okay, talk to your partner. But you don't have to like assign them partners. I actually let my kids sit wherever they want in the meeting area and they talk to the people around them. And if they want, they can talk to themselves. And then I also say stuff to them like, if you notice that someone's not really participating, turn to that person and say, what do you think? Or I'll like use little gestures. Like I'll like make eye contact with a student and I'll go, and they know, try and get that person to participate with you in your group. So there can be two pairs talking. There can be a group of three talking. And the benefit of that is that they like talking to their friends. And you can really quickly identify, the kids that are not really like feeling left out. And you just quickly get them involved just with gestures. Or you can assign partners. The other good thing about assigning partners is that you can put the kids that really struggle up front. So you can just talk to them and listen to them and support them really quick. So the practicing in the meeting area is so important and valuable because you can have a class meeting afterwards, so you can say, how did that go? And a lot of teachers are like, well, okay, raise your hand. What did you and your partner talk about? But I don't even do that. Like I just say, sorry, I'm missing your comments. I'm going to watch the replay. What I say is, hopefully you said, and I just give them the answer because they already had an opportunity to discuss and get their thoughts out. And so now it's my turn to just give them immediate feedback. Here's what the answer was, or here's what you should have been talking about. So you're just giving them like quick, immediate feedback. You're not like, oh, guess what was in my head? And just like getting off topic with all their random weird answers. Good. I'm glad you will be using these websites. They're good for like giving examples of the kind of writing that you expect your kids to do. Writer's workshop with no training. That's so hard. Oh my gosh, I'm your official trainer. Well, actually, okay, so I have another really cool place for you to get mini lessons. So do you all ever like go on YouTube and watch teachers teaching mini lessons? YouTube, like if you just search mini lessons, there's lots of like videos of teachers teaching mini lessons. And I actually created this video series and I'm going to be creating lots more, and it's for kids. So you just press play. And if you guys want to use these, you can. There's free ones. So if you go to my website and you click at the top mini lessons, it'll take you to this place. And down here, I have free ones. So if you want to see like how I teach a mini lesson, just click the free ones. And you can even use these. My friend Mikey D Teach, he used this yesterday elaborating. And so I just go through the whole mini lesson process in my videos, and you can just press play and let your kids watch them. I'm planning on doing a whole bunch more. They're really fun and easy to create. And so you could use those if you want in your class, or you could just use them as a model for you for when you want to teach mini lessons. Okay, so practicing, another way that your kids can practice in the meeting area is alone, right? Like sometimes you just want kids to be able to think about the skill and try it out on their own in their journals or on their, I had my kids bring their Chromebooks to the meeting area, and I said, you need to highlight the claim in yellow, you need to highlight the reasons in red, and you need to highlight the evidence in blue. And so they were just like working alone on their Chromebooks, doing, just practicing. And I was walking around real quick, just checking, watching what the kids were doing. So that's like the benefit of having them close in that meeting area during the mini lesson and during the practice time. So the things you can do while they're practicing, look for misconceptions, listen to them. Like you learn so much by just sitting there and listening to what you hear your kids saying. Like, do you ever just sit there and listen, for like, try and count, like try and time yourself. Like how long can I go without talking? Teachers have a really hard time being quiet. And so, just thinking, about what your kids are saying. Sorry, I'm missing your comments again. I feel really bad. Okay, so what about after they're done practicing, it's time to go write. It's time for like the real meat of workshop, which is the independent writing, which is really one of the biggest struggles during writing workshop is how you get your kids to write independently. I have a huge post about how to get your kids to write independently. It's called Supporting Writers at All Levels. What really helps me is having like a list. Okay, here are your choices. Here are the things that you should be working on when you go back to your seat to write. Here's what you do if you need help, and then, so there's different ways you can excuse your kids. Sometimes I have the list of choices that they can work on, and I'll have like the kids say before they go to their seat, like which thing are they going to work on from the list. So they'll like say it real quick and then go. Or you can just excuse them all to their seats and just say, I expect you to be typing away within the next 2 minutes. It should be silent. And it's kind of crazy and chaotic at first when they go back to their seats, and you can tell them that, like be really explicit, like say, I know you want to chat with your friends and, it takes you a while to get to your seat, and that's fine. But using those social cues like, oh, Mariah, her fingers are already typing away, or her pencil's already on the paper, or Ben's already reading a mentor text. Oh my gosh, using those social cues really helps when you're sending the kids off to start writing independently. You can also say, I want this person, this person, this person, this person, like name 5 kids and say, I want you to stay here. And, you have those kids stay with you. And so the kids are just going to be like, what do I do? You can have those kids stay with you while everyone else goes and writes independently. Or you could even say, whoever is like, doesn't really know what to do for independent writing time, just stay here. And if you have half the class, then you probably need to do another mini lesson. But, some kids might choose to stay with you. And so that's okay too. So there's many ways that you can send all your class. You can tell a group to stay. You can give the kids a choice to stay. There's lots of different ways to do that send off. Thank you so much for joining. I am not going to be here next week. I'm only on iTeach TV every other week now. I'm only on iTeach TV the first and third Thursdays of every month. So I'll be back the first Thursday of March. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ralston and Miss Duffy. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that I could be helpful. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to Sacramento to meet a bunch of teacher bloggers. I'm so excited. Okay, bye. My blog, amandarightnow.com. It's my name. It's amandarightnow.com, because everyone should be writing right now. You really should be writing. Do what your kids do. That's my motto. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you, Chantel. You're so sweet. I love you all. I miss you every week. I used to do this every week, but now I'm every other week. Just boop, boop, boop.